I wanted to talk about time and how we don't seem to have enough of it, right? And I think I had a story last week, on IG, and I was talking about how it's 5 p.m. and today I got A, B, C, D, E done, and then a lot of people messaged me and asked me, how is it that you have so much time, right? And here's the thing, I didn't always have so much time, right? I was that person who was always squeezed for time, and I got things done, right? But it was always getting things done under pressure, right? It used to really stress me out because everything I had to get done, it would have to sort of be me sacrificing a lot of other things in my life, right? I would have to work late. I wasn't present with the children. I wasn't present with my husband, and that's not a healthy way to live, right? And here's the thing, when I talk to people, and of course, when I'm coaching someone or when I'm talking to someone, I always try my best to come from a place that's compassionate, right? Because I get the struggles. So when I'm talking to people, or if I ever talk to you, please understand it's not coming from a place of judgment. It's coming from a place of love and understanding and compassion, because I'm right there with you, right? I really get your struggles as a mom, as a working woman, as someone who has so many other competing priorities, right? So when someone tells me that they haven't got time, and then I start to talk about them, I talk about how they can save time, there tends to be some sort of this defense on their end as well, right? Right? It's like, no, but you don't understand. I don't have time. I have to do this and that and that. And here's the thing, I totally get that, right? I totally get that. Like, we have so much to do during the day, and by end of day, we are exhausted. We are absolutely exhausted. Now, here's the thing, unfortunately, these are the cards we are dealt with in life. We all have our own unique challenges in life. Allah tests us in so many different ways, right? And as I always say, it's entirely up to us to find a way, right, to deal with the cards that we're dealt with, right? And what I do tend to find is a lot of us moms and busy women, what happens is when we get bombarded with life, right, our health and fitness is the first thing to go, right? Yeah, I haven't got time to exercise. I haven't got time to think about food. I've got kids to sort out, husband to sort out, house to run. I've got laundry, I've got washing, there are all these things, and I get it. But here's the thing, your health doesn't care much about that, right? We have as much responsibility to our body as anything else, right? Allah has blessed us with it. It's an amana. We're going to be asked one day, I've blessed you with a healthy body. You breathing, right? You could do all these activities. You could laugh, you could cry, you could feel, your body could do all these things, right? What did you do with it? How did you look after it? Right now, is us a saying, right, I don't have time, and stopping there without actually stepping back and thinking, okay, my life is really hard right now. I have all these other things going on, right? My time is limited. And again, I understand everybody's time is limited, right? My time is limited. What can I do to make it better? So it's not so much about, oh, I don't have time, and stopping there, right? Acknowledge that, yes, your time is limited, but there are always things that you can try and do to make it better. It doesn't have to stop with, I don't have time, which means I don't have time to look after my health, my mental health, my physical health, because all these other things are more important, right? We have to make time, because guess what? When we don't, a time will come when we'll be forced to make time. How? Because we're going to get ill, right? We're going to feel unhealthy in our body. right? So here's the thing. Over the years, I've been working on how to manage my time. As you know, I'm a global coach. I work with women from all over the world. I'm a mother of 4. I homeschool my children. I live in the UK, which means I handle the house chores. My husband is amazing, alhamdulillah. You know, he helps out a lot. However, he is at work during the day, which means chores during the day are all mine, right? And I have to find a way to manage those and manage my health, right? So over the years, it was very much about me stepping back and thinking, okay, how can I do this, right? And here are a few tips that I can give you. The first one is something that I started recently and I've been loving. I think I've been doing it for 3 months now and I love it, right? And this is taking time for yourself in the morning, first thing, right? See, a lot of the times we're running around chasing after something, getting things done, right? But we forget to actually step back and say, hang on, look at all these blessings that I have right now, right? I'm blessed with health. I'm blessed with children. I'm blessed with a roof over my head. I'm blessed with food on the table, right? Having gratitude really allows us to be present, appreciating what we have right now instead of always trying to achieve the next best thing. But it allows us to slow down and say, hey, yes, I am ambitious. I can achieve all these things, but look at what I already have, right? That allows us to appreciate that time, right? The blessings, the wealth. We are all wealthy, alhamdulillah. Wealth is more than financial wealth. We know that, right? And taking that time in the morning for you to actually appreciate what Allah has blessed you with can make your day so much more fruitful and full, right? And also how I see it is how I'm armoring myself to get ready for that. It's like I'm putting an armor on, like, okay, I'm ready here, I'm ready physically, let's do this. That's how I see it. When I was growing up, here's the thing, right? When I was growing up, my dad has this thing, right? When he's having his breakfast, he doesn't like to talk. Like his phones are away. It's literally, he can sit on the table having his breakfast for a whole hour just in silence. And I never understood it, right? I never understood why he did that. But now I get it, right? My dad's life is busy. He's a businessman. He owns multiple businesses. And yeah, his days are stressful. So it's almost like the time that he takes for himself in the morning, he was preparing for the day here, right? He was getting ready for the day, because when we're strong enough here, we can tackle those balls that life is throwing at us. You don't have to take an hour every morning. I get that you may not have the time, but even 5 minutes every morning before you handle the kids, before you go to work, before you even go into your shower, even if it's a matter of you just waking up and sitting in bed and just being thankful for 5 minutes, either meditate for 5 minutes, right? Or write in your journal for 5 minutes, right? Any sort of action that is only about you, that is going to bring you to that present time. Do that and make that a habit. There are going to be days when you may not want to do that, but do it anyway, right? And then what you find is it becomes a ritual, becomes a routine, becomes your morning routine, right? And it's just that thing that brings you back to yourself, right? So that is the first thing. The second thing is focus on what you're doing at the present. I am the queen of multitasking. I can tell you that much. I'm the queen of multitasking. I've always multitasked, right? But what tends to happen is because I'm doing so many things at one time, it takes me longer to complete the tasks, right? The Parkinson's first law says a time, how does it go? Work expands, right? Work expands so as to fill the time available for completion. Work expands so as to fill the time available for completion. What does that mean? That means if I say, hey, Yusra, you've got 20 minutes to complete this task. If you know you've only got the 20 minutes, you complete it in 20 minutes, right? But then again, I say, hey, Yusra, you've got 4 hours to complete the same task. I assure you, because I know I've got 4 hours, I will take 4 hours to complete the task. So what a lot of us may be doing as well is because we are multitasking, right? We end up taking so much longer to complete that task because we think, oh, you know what, I have a whole day and all that stuff, right? So we end up taking longer. And also when you're multitasking, you're not focusing on that thing. Be intentional with your time. Be intentional with what you're doing. Right, so the second point is focus on that thing that you're doing. Be present with that thing. The only time I multitask is when I'm cooking, because cooking doesn't really require a lot of like mental sort of capacity, right? For me anyway. So and I find it really boring. I hate cooking. So what I do when I'm cooking is I would listen to a podcast, or I will cook and then stop for a couple of minutes, do some exercise and go back to cooking. But all the other important activities, I try my best to be present with what I'm doing. You know, the habit of talking to my children or I'm being on the phone and whatever, I've stopped that. Right? If I'm spending time with my family, then I'm spending time with my family. If I'm spending time with, you know, writing content on social media, I'm spending time writing content on social media. Everything else is put off, right? And allows me to complete the tasks quicker, a lot quicker. Right? And also because I'm intentional with my time, I kind of have an idea of saying, okay, I'm going to do this at this time, right? Having an idea of a routine really helps as well. That my day is not going to be perfect, but I have an idea with what kind of routine I want, and I can do my best to achieve that sort of routine. And it's almost like a guide. So I know in the morning, okay, from 9 o'clock to 1 p.m. is the kids' school time, right? 1 p.m. to 3, I'm preparing their dinner, right? 3 to this, I'm doing that. By the time it's 5 or 6 p.m., I want to be done with work, with looking after the kids, with the house, and this is my time to breathe and relax and chill with my children and my husband. Now, because I know I want to be done by 6 p.m., I try my best to do everything before that. So that is the intention. That is what I value. That's what's important to me, which comes to my third point. What are you going to prioritize? What is important to you? What things are you going to put on your list first as a priority, and everything can come at the bottom? See, a lot of us say we don't have time, but we can spend hours scrolling social media, right? But if you know what your priorities are, okay, I need to complete this today. After I've done A, B, C, D, I can then, once I have extra time, I can look at doing E, F, G, H, whatever. Right? But complete the things that you value most, that you prioritize the most. Put that at the top of your list and focus on that. Right, and the last part, self-compassion. This is key, my lovelies, in everything that we do. Right? Understanding that it's never about being perfect. It's about doing our best. It's about being intentional and having routines, but also understanding that not every day is going to be perfect, and that is okay, because it is not about perfection. Because what you also tend to find is some people have a routine and they make it so rigid, right? And anything that is not flexible, anything that is rigid, isn't really healthy. And if they are unable to stick to that rigid routine, then it's like, oh, I'm a failure, I can't do this, it's too hard. Yeah, because we're being hard on ourselves. Life is not linear. Life is like up, down, whatever, and that is okay. Right? We just have to be adaptable. We need to be flexible with it. Yes, this is my guide. This is how I would like my day to go, and I'll do my best for it to go this way. However, if it doesn't, that's okay. Tomorrow is a whole new day. And I take the same approach with my nutrition and my fitness, because any type of rigidity does not help you. It makes us feel like we can't do things. It makes us feel like failures. And this is why a lot of people start and stop as well. Things don't have to be that hard. Mental flexibility is so, so important. We need to be fluid, right? We need to just ride the waves the best that we can. So I see it as a spectrum. I see a lot of things as a spectrum. Here is the people who do nothing about their health. Excuses, yeah, I don't have time, I can't do this, I can't do that. They're playing the victims here, right? And then on the other extreme, you have the people who are so rigid, like everything has to be perfect, otherwise I'm a failure, otherwise, I'm not good enough, right? We want to stay in the middle where, hey, I can do this, I've got this, you're progressing, you're getting things done, but also when I can't get things done the way I want them to get done, that is okay. That is what self-compassion is. It's not about playing the victim and like you can't do anything, I can't control anything. That's not true. And it's not about being so rigid where you try to control everything. That's going to be impossible for anybody, and then you give up. It's about staying in the middle. And this applies to your fitness, this applies to your nutrition. It's not about being perfect. Perfection is what can stop a lot of people getting results and staying on this journey. All right, my lovelies. So I would love for you to comment of what you thought about this. If you're going to try these things, please. So I'll reiterate what I said. Number one, have a morning routine. It doesn't matter. Like when I say routine, I don't mean like hours. Even if it's a matter of 5 minutes of you taking time for yourself. Number two, focus on the present. Be present with what you're doing at that moment in time. You'll be able to finish a lot quicker. Right. Number three, what did I say? Prioritize what you value. Do those things first. You need to have a priority list. What is important to me? For me, training is more important than doing laundry, because laundry I can do it anytime. But if I leave my exercise to the end of the day, I know I'm going to be too tired but then to do anything, right? So the things that you prioritize, do those first. Number four, have self-compassion. Understand it is never about being perfect. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.